Welcome back everyone, I'm Capely's Games and I think we'll take a bit of a break from science fiction themed games for a little while and branch out into the wonderful world of fantasy. The fantasy genre is alive and kicking these days, with Baldur's Gate 3 and Diablo 4 most recently enjoying huge success and a whole lot of fan rage because of very shoddy broken releases and poorly received balance patches. But we're not going to be playing either of those two titles. We are going back to the good old days when games were not games as a service products with deliberately boring grindy gameplay, multiple different in-game currencies, overpriced cash stores and predatory gacha style microtransactions. Oh no, we're going back to a simpler time where games developers would make a product the best it could be and then sold it for a one-time price and then let reviews and word of mouth generate sales. I miss those days. The dungeon crawling gameplay loop has been established for many years. It's essentially not changed since the 1980s, when games like Gauntlet and Ultima created the template. You run through dungeons full of bad guys to get better skills and equipment, so you can run through harder dungeons with bigger bad guys to get even more skills and even better equipment in order to get into even harder dungeons, and so on forever. This gameplay loop was arguably perfected in the year 2000 with the release of Diablo 2. The game did so well that only 1 year later a large expansion pack was released, adding 2 new character classes, an entire new chapter of dungeons to explore, and many new game mechanics and items. Online play for Diablo 2 never really stopped, and it was still receiving regular patches as recently as 2016. Then, in 2021, we got Diablo 2 Resurrected, an HD remaster of the game. In this remaster, all of the gameplay was left intact, including all the exploits, glitches and bugs that the players had been working around, or indeed working with, for the previous 21 years. The only changes made to the game were some very small quality of life tweaks, which players had been mostly wanting for decades anyway. Almost all of these changes are toggles which can be switched off if you want the authentic Diablo 2 experience. And speaking of the authentic Diablo 2 experience, even the HD graphics themselves are toggleable, which you can turn on and off at will at any time during gameplay with a simple tap of a hotkey. The biggest quality of life change, which is not optional, is a shared stash, which allows you to share items between all of your characters. Speaking of characters, let's pick one and get started, shall we? There are 2 modes of play. There is online play and there is offline play. We will not be doing online play because Blizzard's servers are absolute trash and you get constantly disconnected, and that does not make for very interesting videos for you. And it's especially bad in this game because the maps are procedurally generated, and every time you log back in, the maps are regenerated. If I keep getting kicked off and having to come back on with a whole new map, it's going to make videos almost impossible to make. So we will be playing offline. As we see, here are some characters which I've been playing with already, but we'll be doing a new one. So let's go to Create New. Here are the 7 classes of character which you can choose from, all of which have a multitude of different builds, some of which play very differently to other builds built with the same class of character. So there's plenty of replay value. Well, of course there is, because this game has been very active for 23 years, so of course the replay value is huge. It's also very difficult to give you a brief overview of what each class does, because the different builds can be very different. But this blurb you see at the top of the screen when I mouse over each of them does kind of give you a brief guide as to what the character class is like, and it's fairly accurate. Well, as accurate as it can be. That was the Amazon. This is the Assassin, martial artist and does traps. Necromancer, I'm sure you can guess what this guy does. Raises the dead and curses his enemies. Classic punching man. Barbarian, brute force. Paladin, classic support character. Well, I'm sure you can guess what the sorceress does as well. And last but not least, the druid. Now, the druid and the assassin were introduced in the expansion to the game. everyone else was in the base game. If you click this toggle here, you will see the original graphics. And the screen looks a lot smaller now, because it is, because the maximum screen resolution for the original game was 800 by 600. Oh yes, that's what it used to look like. Let's go back to the pretty graphics, shall we? I think we shall play as an Amazon. Character customization doesn't exist. You pick a class, you type in the name you want your character to have, and you're done. So let's pick a name, and dive right in, and slay some monsters.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Evil from my dreams followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the wonder? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. From that moment, we traveled together, east. Always into the east.
Good day.
Alright, and here we are, back in game after that rather long opening cinematic. Let's take you through the movement controls. WSAD do nothing but, well, they do things, but they're not for movement. You hold down left click and your character will move in the way the pointer is pointing. Very, very easy. Let's take you through the UI. On the left, this big red orb here is our health. On the right, this big blue ball here is our mana, which is our magic. Next to that is our potion slots. We have 4 slots at the moment, and the keybinds assigned to them are highlighted, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. These will consume minor healing potions, which will restore 45 points of life. Not instantly, it will slowly creep up. These 2 buttons here are our 2 different attacks. As we get more skills, we'll get more options. The one on the left is for your left mouse button, the one on the right is for your right mouse button. So let's change the right mouse button to throw. You will notice that the right hand mouse button has more options than the left hand. Some skills can only be done with the right mouse button and others can be done with either. So we'll leave left button as normal attack and we'll put right button to throw. And you'll notice it is changed to 90 because we only have 90 ammunition, and when we run out of ammunition we'll have to come back to town and pay someone to give us some more. Unlike bow and arrow and crossbow bolts, you cannot find any more ammunition from the weapon we have out in the wild. We have to come back here and get it fixed. This bar here, which runs between the 2 health and magic orbs, is your experience bar. At the minute, we have no experience. We will level up once we hit the number on the right hand side. So as soon as we get 500 experience, we'll level up. Each level takes more and more experience to be attained, as you can imagine. This little yellow bar here is your stamina. And stamina is drained when you run. Running is done by holding control, or releasing control to walk, or you can press this little tiny icon here to permanently run, or press R, the hotkey, which does that. At the minute, because I've got no skills, if we're running around all the time, we'll very quickly run out of stamina. You will notice that the stamina bar does not change even when we're running around, because when you're in town it doesn't drain, because that would just be too harsh. All these various buttons here open the various menus, which we will talk about as and when we need them. One other thing I'm going to take you through is the mini-map. You press tab to turn this on. If you go into options in the escape menu, we can change this map under gameplay, I believe. Yes, auto map size. You can make it full screen like I have, align it to the left, align it to the right, or make it full screen. I usually like it full screen. You can change the opacity so it's just a very faint thing or very easy to see. So we'll just leave everything as it is. We'll just discard any changes I might have made and return to game. So you can toggle that off. It gives you a lot more information about what's around. Again, the classic exclamation mark over an NPC tells you they have a quest for you or they want to talk to you. So let's left click this guy and actually get this gameplay started.
Oh, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Well, some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutgulain before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
Okay, so we have to go looking for someone called Akara. I'm sure we'll find her on the minimap. And there she is, just over here. We'll just sprint over to her.
I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp. But I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it, but she turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the Sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. There is a place of great evil in the wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you.
And she also has a trade window because she's a tradesperson. This opens our inventory, and this is her inventory here. We cannot buy anything because we have no gold. She sells lots of magic stuff, things that we don't need at the minute. Right, and we have a quest, so we can open the quest log with this button or by pressing Q, or this one here which is highlighted in red. Look for the den in the wilderness outside the rogues camp. Right, and I shall do that very soon. This tab of the 1 means Act 1. There are 5 acts. Act 5 was introduced in the game's expansion. There are 6 main quests in this particular act. Some acts have less than that. Let's explore the rest of the camp. Let's talk to Kasia.
Well, well. I never expected to see an Amazon in these lands. You're very brave to have come here. Many of my fellow sisters have fallen under some dark spell, and if you're not careful, you may fall prey to it as well.
That's all she has for us. She is not a merchant, she's just a mouthpiece. What we have here is something you have in every settlement you visit, is our private stash. At the minute there's nothing in it because we haven't put anything in it. We have no gold. As we see, you can hold 2.5 million gold in this, but on our person we can only carry 10,000 gold. So you want to be dropping off stuff in your stash as often as possible, because if you find any more gold than 10,000 you will be unable to pick it up. This is the shared stuff which I share with all my characters. This is stuff that my other characters have found and put in here because they don't really need it. So if I wanted to, I could take some of this stuff out and use it, but it's a little bit like cheating. Anyway, we can't use most of it because it's got a red background. Run my mouse over it, you'll see everything in red. We don't have enough dexterity, we don't have enough strength, and we're not high enough level to use any of it. I don't think we can use any of this stuff, no. But this is one of the quality of life things which is added to the game, which is absolutely fantastic. But we won't be using any of that stuff because we're not high enough level. Let's just talk to the last 2 people in town and then we'll get a move on.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Ondario.
Hey, she is a merchant, and indeed, as you see, she can repair our items. As I said before, anything in red means we cannot use it. Anything in blue means we can, if we can buy it, which we can't because we don't have any money. She sells armour, all kinds of weapons, and some miscellaneous items like javelins, which is what we have. One more person to talk to, and it's Geed down here.
Good day to you, partner. I'm Geed, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. No, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty.
Geed is also a tradesman. He has a trade window very similar to Charcy, but sells slightly different stuff, and these guys' inventories will refresh quite often. Like, you have to leave town and do some stuff and then come back. So if there is a good item that you really want and you can't afford it, tough, because it will be gone by the time you come back.
Hello.
One other thing he has is this gamble option. Gambling is spending quite a lot of money on items which you do not know the stats of. You will not know the stats until you bought it. But you can get really high-end items by doing this. There are various types of items. Items marked in white, like the ones we have, are normal. There are blue items, which are magic. There are yellow items, which are rare, which have up to 5 magic abilities. There are green items, which are part of a set, and each part of a set plays off against each other, and they all level each other up, and they're really powerful. There are gold items, which are unique, and they have a whole ton of absolute nonsense statistics and some unique abilities. And there are even orange items, which are crafted by yourself. In fact, we can have a look at some uniques and set items in my shared stash. See, this one's green. This is Sigyn's Guard and Sigyn's Gauntlets. See, we only have 2 parts of this 6-part set, the Guard and the Gauge. This one adds attack rating and strength. This one adds +1 to all skills, that's huge. And 20% chance of blocking, so the things in blue are magic abilities. And I'm sure I have some uniques around here. Most of this is all sets, because sets is relatively... Yeah, here's all the unique stuff. A huge battle axe, big spiky shield. As we see, it's got 5 different magic abilities to it. This one's got an insane number, what is that, 8? 8 different abilities. So yeah, unique stuff is absolutely insanely powered. There's a yellow. As I said, these yellow ones often have up to 5 magic abilities. This one has 6, but that's because the one at the top, the +1 to bow and crossbow skills, is on all of these Amazon only bows, so only the Amazon can use it. Not that we're playing a bow Amazon. Right, oh, that was a lot of explaining. Let's get out of here and find this dungeon and actually play the game.
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
That was our character being all, I'm gonna save the universe. Okay, bad guys. Left click on them to run up to them and poke them with a javelin. Left click on items to pick them up. Mouse over them to see what they are. Right click to throw your javelin at something. Like that. Now notice that the javelin has gone down to 89 because we threw one. But that number will also go down if we don't throw them, if we just poke things. Because javelins don't have durability like other weapons do. They just reduce in stack size. So this number, 89, will go down from us just poking things. More gold. One thing I do like to do is to open the chat box by pressing enter and type in / no pick up. This will stop items being visible. As you see, I'm mousing over them and they're not telling me what they are unless I hold Alt. Why have I done this? Because sometimes if you're trying to run away from a very powerful enemy and you accidentally click on an item, your character will stop and try and pick it up and you might be killed by the thing that's chasing you. That's why I don't like doing that. And because if all of these were like that, then the screen gets very busy. I'm just going to pick up everything we see at the minute because our inventory is empty. Ooh, little building. These sometimes have chests inside it, or enemies, or both. Enemies, any chests? No? Potion? I'm just going to follow these walls around this area. All the areas are like walled in. Luckily for us, because we're playing in offline mode, for this character, this map will not change every time I log back in with this character. So that procedurally generated maps for offline characters, nothing in that chest, are only generated once and then they stay the same. Looks like there's an NPC up there. Well, let's go and talk to her.
Halt. You should complete Akara's quest before venturing further. Search for the den in the wilderness closer to camp.
Right, so she is guarding the way into the next area. So we know where the exit from this area is. Oops, bad guy. Ooh, loose boulder, that'll have some loot. Yep, some gold, that's fine. We like gold. Poke these guys. And we're still on 89 javelins, that's good. We haven't lost another one from poking things yet. And we've leveled up. We've got our 500 experience. Let's just kill this bad guy I saw over here. Right, let's talk about leveling up. Each time you level up, you get new stats and 1 skill point. Again, these are highlighted red because you can open them, and the buttons are also here to remind you, so we'll just open them both. On the left are our attributes. You mouse over them, tells you what it does. Strength increases attack damage and allows you to equip more weapons and armour. We saw that in town because lots of stuff in the shops was marked in red because we did not have the strength or dexterity to use it. At the minute we do 1 to 6 damage when we run up to something and poke it. It's RNG, so RNG is always good fun. And our throw damage is 7 to 18, so throwing javelins is better, but we can only do that a few times before we run out. Speaking of that, you will notice that we've gone down to 88 javelins. We only threw 1, so the other 1 we've expended is just durability damage from smashing things in the face. Dexterity increases attack rating and allows you to equip certain weapons. Attack rating tells us that the last thing we attacked we had a 95% chance to hit, which is nice. Our defense is only 13, which is pretty bad. Average chance the last thing we killed would have to hit us, 25. Our chance to block, 62. That comes from our shield. Vitality increases life and stamina. Stamina is 85, life 52. Energy increases your mana. These are our resistances to the 4 different elemental damages. Fire, lightning, cold and poison. We have 0 resist on all of them. We have 5 stat points remaining to spend, so let's stick them all in strength so we can actually wear some good armour if we find it, and close that. Let's have a look at the skill tree. 3 different tabs. Javelin and spear skills. That's us because we're using a javelin. Bow and crossbow skills if we want to convert our character to using bow and crossbow. You can do both, but it's usually best to specialise. And passive and magic. So passive skills are always good because they do not consume any mana, of which we only have 16. We have one skill choice remaining, so I'm going to do critical strike. We could do inner sight, but this costs 5 mana. It only lasts 8 seconds, and every enemy within 18 yards has their defense reduced by 40. Pretty nice, but not as nice as critical strike. Passive, your attacks have a chance to do double damage, 16% at level 1. So we'll take that. So 16% of the time, our attack will do double damage. I think that's quite nice. Right, let's keep looking. Oh, a chest. Arrows, we'll pick them up, we can sell them. I'm just going to pick up absolutely everything at the moment. Armour. Any armour which you do not have will automatically equip when you pick it up. Now that there is a shrine. What these shrines do is lots of different things. This one is a stamina shrine. It has turned our stamina blue, which means it will not run out until that status effect above our head runs out. It only lasts a few minutes, but it's a nice thing to have. That little X there was a miss. This is a quality of life thing which is added to the game. And that little dink was a block, so we blocked that attack. Ooh, dead rogue. Acts like a chest full of loot. Quite a lot of porcupines that were spitting spines at us. Don't really care about that. You can hear a zombie, can't see it. It's a skill shrine. When we activate that, all of our skills will be increased by 1. But I'd rather have the stamina at the minute. You can only have one of these shrines active at a time. So if we were to click on that, it would replace our stamina with the skill one. There we go. Just see the experience bar is filling up very quickly, because at the start of the game you level up ridiculously fast. Well, we're almost back at the camp, and I haven't found the entrance to the dungeon yet. That's fine. You want to explore, because exploring means finding more chests and more bad guys to kill, and that means more XP and more items. And that's what dungeon crawlers are all about. More gold. One of the little dudes ran up here. There he is. Just poke him in the face. Okay, let's find this dungeon. Another cool rat there. I can hear something off to the right. Where are you? There you are. A loose rock there. That's more stuff. Ah, another wall. An internal wall. No, more bad guys here. There is a day-night cycle. It's nighttime now, so it's rather difficult to see things. But we can hear them, and that lets me zoom in on them. Anything else here? Looks like another shrine. What's this? A skill shrine. There's another rat here. And a zombie. Ah, a blue. A small charm. Alright, we'll talk about that in a minute. Just finish killing everything I can hear. Sure there was something else over here that I heard. Yeah, it's down here somewhere. There it is. Hiding in the bushes. Right, let's open inventory with I. As we see in the inventory, it's grid based. Things take up different amounts of room. We found a cap and instantly put it on. We found some armour, instantly put it on. This was grey, and grey can either mean it's ethereal, which means it cannot be repaired, or it means it's socketed, and this is socketed. In these sockets, this round hole here, you can place various items like gemstones and runes and things, and they all do different things to enhance whatever the thing is that you're putting them in. We still haven't found any boots, or a necklace, or a ring, or a belt, or some gloves. These two tabs here are so you can have two different weapon loadouts. For example, a bow and some arrows for ranged, or a melee weapon for close up. But javelins are melee and ranged anyway, so we might just use that for storage. Okay, as I said, we have this charm. We don't know what it does because it's unidentified, because you have to identify magic items before you can use them. Luckily, we found a scroll of identify. Well, we started the game with this scroll of identify. Right click it to select it, and then point at what we want to identify and left click. And this is a small charm of greed. And the way charms work is that you keep them in your inventory and they provide you passively whatever the bonus is. But unfortunately this one will not activate until we've hit level 15. But when we get there, it will give us 5% extra gold from monsters. I think when we get back to camp, we'll throw that in our stash and just keep it there until we hit level 15. Then we'll keep it in our inventory to give ourselves more money, which is always nice. We found some light healing potions, which are better than small healing potions, so we'll replace these. And I think we'll maybe do a mana potion in number 4, just in case we need mana for something. I'm sure we'll eventually get skills which use mana. And we have a couple of scroll of time portals that I'm going to assign these to F keys. What you do, you just mouse over the thing you want and type whatever F key you want. So I want throw to be F1, and I'll make time portal F8. Time portals, you select it, you right click, it opens a portal, you jump in it, it takes you straight back to town. Town's about 14 yards away from where we are now, but that will become important later on. Let's just rearrange stuff here just to make more room. I think the largest items you can find are 4 down and 2 across, so I always like to leave a big space for them. See, this armour is 2x3, so that's pretty big. It's always good to leave some space. And we found 45 gold so far. We haven't found this dungeon yet, so let's close the inventory. And we'll keep looking for this dungeon entrance. It should be fairly easy to find. It's a big purple door. Oh, I can hear more bad guys. Now we can see them. There they go. Oh, and our infinite stamina's run out, so let's stop that. Okay, found the dungeon entrance. Although I think I'm going to take the time to go back to town and clear out my inventory before we do the first dungeon of the dungeon crawling game. Hey, you've leveled up again. Told you it was quick at the start of the game. Get back here, you. And you. You can, instead of just right clicking to throw your item, you can hold shift and that pins you in place. So see, I'm clicking all over the map and I'm just being held in place. This is usually quite a good thing to do with ranged attacks. Make sure you don't misclick and move when you don't want to move. Right, more stuff. These wells, when you click on them, will instantly replenish your life, mana and stamina. They do slowly replenish themselves over time. When it's full, like this one is, it can be used twice. And luckily, what I have spotted up here is an experience shrine. When I click that, we'll get more experience from every enemy we kill. So I'm going to go back to town, sell everything we have, come back, hit that experience shrine, and then go into the dungeon. Big braining it here. I'm not going to waste a scroll of time portal to go back to town, considering how close we are to it. I will level up on the way though, so let's do C for character sheet, T for skill tree, and assign some more attributes. Let's go for, I think we'll put 2 into strength, 2 into dexterity, and another 1 into strength, just to get strength and dexterity up. And I think we'll do critical strike again, so we have a 25% chance. Or will we do jab? Jab's quite nice. It does multiple hits each time you activate it, but as it says, damage is minus 15%. But our attack rating goes up 10%, so we're more accurate, we're doing lots of thrusts. But the thrusts themselves are slightly weaker. It's good against bosses, so I think we'll take it, just in case you meet a boss. Close the skill tree, and then we'll assign jab to this, and we'll go F2. Because if we get really good at regenerating our mana, as you see, you've got 18 mana, we can use that 9 times before we run out. And what I also like, another quality of life, it actually shows us what we have our F keys assigned to. It's a really nice quality of life thing there. Right, let's sell some stuff, and we'll sell it to a Kara first. Get back here, you.
Good day.
Trade. Now, to sell stuff, you can either left click to pick it up and left click to drop it here, or you just hold control and left click and instant sell it like that. I'm going to keep the stamina potion. They can be quite good at times. It does the same thing as the stamina shrine we found. For a limited time your stamina is undepletable, so we'll keep one of them. Sell all these potions because we've got better ones. Sell that. Going to sell this throwing gas potion. Sell that stamina potion. Sell that knife. We're going to put that in our stash, we know that. This is a potion which can be thrown, and it does area of effect. This does 24 damage, which is pretty big, but we can't even use it until we're level 6, so let's just sell it, because I'd rather have the money. Now these scrolls do take up 1 inventory space each, and if I'm going to have lots of them, it's going to be like half my inventory scrolls. What we can do, we can buy these tomes, and each of these tomes holds 20 scrolls. Buy 1 of each, and then put the scrolls we have in the tomes. And now they take up 1 little row, and that's it, which is nice. From that we made 561 gold, that's quite nice. I am going to buy a key. Right, we've got 5 keys there, that's good. That lets us open chests, so 5 I think is good enough. Keys only stack to 12 anyway. Right, let's drop off some stuff in the stash. Drop off the excess gold, and in the personal stash. Put this small charm of greed until we're level 15, which is quite some way away. See, some of the stuff here has gone blue because we can actually use it now. I don't think I'm going to use this stuff because it's a little bit overpowered, and it's a little bit like cheating. Like this. This increases your chance of getting magic items. Magic find is everything in some builds. Some builds have ridiculous magic find. And we've unlocked this longbow, which has 3 sockets, so we can put 3 things in it and increase the stats of this longbow to be really rather nasty. Or we can use this completely overpowered fell oak unique weapon. I don't think I'm going to use uniques or pretty much anything from the shared stash. I'd rather keep this a little bit legit. Let's talk to Charzy and repair all of our equipment. This will repair this. As we see, this crappy armour is only 12 out of 20. In fact, no, let's see if we've got any better armour first. How much have I got in the stash? What do you mean 0? How have I got 0 money in the stash? Oh, I put that in the share stash, didn't I? Damn it. How much did we have? 561, wasn't it? But you know what? I made that mistake. Let's just deal with it. I would repair my items if I had any money, but I misclicked and stuck all my money in the shared stash, and I'm not going to withdraw 45,000 because that's just ridiculous. Right, so that's the inventory cleared out, and my money cleared out because I'm a bit of an idiot. So let's hit that shrine and go into the dungeon and kill everything. I'm sure we'll find better stuff than the stuff we're wearing in the dungeon. Or if not in the dungeon, very soon after it. And we'll definitely get some more money. Money's not hard to come by. Okay, experience shrine, straight into the dungeon, kill as many things as we can before the shrine runs out. Hopefully we'll level up again. Let's go. Quest log.
I hear foul creatures about.
Kill all the monsters in the den. Well, that's simple enough, isn't it? Here's some bad guys. And because we're in a new area, we're meeting new enemies. Big yetis. And these dudes that fling fire and resurrect the little red dudes. Don't like that. Okay, these yeti things take a bit of a pounding. Right, let's just run past the little red dudes and kill the shamans. There's another one over here. Right, and then we'll run back over here, drag them all towards us, and just... These little dudes go down quick enough. Gargantuan beasts take a little bit more killing. I will investigate all that loot in a moment. Just spot the zombies. Hold Alt, see what we've got. Oh, a yellow shortbow. Nice. That's a rare shortbow. And some keys. We'll take everything else. Don't really care about. Okay. Mana shrine. Don't care. Right. Kite the little guys. Get round behind. Kill the shaman. Very good. Pop all the little guys in the head, pick up some stuff. Am I wearing any boots? No, I'm not. Right. Now we are. Another big dude. Oh, lots of little dudes and 2 shamans. Let's throw a javelin. Good, got that shaman and throw. Got him. That is why javelins are awesome. Because they're a hybrid of melee and missile weapons. Ooh, dead rogue. And a grey scepter, which is probably socketed. And scepters are paladin only, as we see, paladin only. Well, we could use it, but it only adds bonuses to paladins. Plus 2 to that paladin only prayer skill. That might be worth a fair amount. See, these javelins don't stack, so picking up more javelins will not replenish the stack size of our javelins, so we'll just throw that back on the floor. And we've lost our extra experience buff. Okay, these little guys are kind of blocking the way to the shaman, so let's just run past. Oops, accidentally clicked the mana shrine. Pop these guys, and this guy. Oh, shaman's resurrecting people, don't like that. Go away. Well, there's another one down there, isn't there, yet? Let's pop these guys and hope they're out of range of that shaman to be resurrected. That's the problem with this dungeon. It does say kill all the bad guys, and then sometimes a shaman will resurrect one that's just off screen and you can like never find it again. It does get quite annoying. Right, we've leveled up. That's good. Let's just kill the shaman. Stabby stabby. And then all the little dudes. Stop running away. Get back here. Right, let's just do this level up. That and that. I think we'll just put strength up to 30 and dexterity up to 30. That's that. That's that done. Jab. No. Critical strike. Yeah, let's do critical strike 2. So 25% chance of our next attack being double damage. And during that, we picked up a grand charm. This might be worth identifying right now. Right, 12% faster hit recovery. Hit recovery. You will notice that every time we take a hit, we get stunned for a little while and can't attack back. That reduces that by 12%. It's pretty good. Grand charms take up 3 slots in inventory. Large charms take up 2. Small charms take up 1. They all do similar things. So grand charms don't have larger bonuses than large or small. Small ones are obviously better because they take up less room in your inventory, but grand are fine. I do have one more scroll of identify, so we might as well have a look at this bow. Right, this one has 3 magic abilities, plus 1 to maximum damage, plus 16 to attack rating, and plus 6 poison damage over 2 seconds. That is not terrible. So let's have that as our backup weapon. It's red because we need to find some arrows to load with it, but arrows drop from like everything all the time. Let's just press on. Oh, this blue guy here, if you mouse over him, he's got a special name. He is our first character that we've met. And his special ability is he does spectral hit, which is either fire, lightning, or poison, or whatever the other one is, lightning. Fire, poison, lightning, or cold. I don't really want to get hit by him, so I'm going to hold shift and right click and stand in one spot and throw javelins at him until he's dead. Right, he's dead. That did not take long. Because luckily, throwing javelins does a lot more damage than us running up and pointing things in the face. Notice these guys have the suffix at minion. They have slightly enhanced stats than normal zombies, but not good enough, I'm afraid. Light healing potions we like. So let's open inventory. Replace our third and final tiny potion with a light one. Chuck the other one on the floor. Right, keep an eye out for gloves. We don't have any gloves. We still haven't killed all the things in the dungeon yet. Oh, here we go. Here's quite a lot. 2 shamans and a whole lot of red dudes. And a zombie. And yeah, aja. No, nope. Identify will take. And poke. Okay. Still got more things to kill. We haven't had the quest completion yet. Ah, here's some stuff hiding back here. And 2, and 3. Crude leather gloves. Alright, we didn't have gloves, now we do. That's good. Leather gloves. I'm sure they're better than crude. Let's open the inventory. 3, yeah, 3's better than 2. I mean, 2's pretty terrible. 3's pretty terrible. Ah, arrows. Right, we wanted them because we wanted to have some arrows. There we are. When you equip a bow, you need arrows. Luckily, arrows come in stacks of 500. This used to be 350. And then in the remaster, they've increased it to 500, which is very nice. 500 is a lot more than the 90 javelins we get. But then bows are only missile weapons. You can't punch things in the face with a bow. Whoops. I meant to click the zombie, not the dead rogue. Let's just throw a javelin at the shaman. Missed. Got him. No, hit him but didn't kill him. Damn it. Oh no, I did kill him. I wasn't paying attention. And the quest log has popped up because we have less than 5 monsters to kill. When you get to 5 monsters, it says this will pop up. So apparently there's 1 monster somewhere that we missed. Gas potion will take. Ah, there it is. There's the monster. Cracked leather armor. What are we wearing? Quilted armor 10. Cracked leather 11. 11's more than 10. Throw the crap stuff on the ground. You know what? I'm just going to javelin him. Of course he dropped a magic bow. Right, let's get down there and grab this.
The sisters will trust me.
And yes, the quest log's like, hurrah! Return to Akara for a reward. Right, let's get out of here. Success! Let's run all the way back to town. Right, we leveled up. Got some nice loot. Yellow bow, blue bow, all good stuff. And we didn't even use jab on the boss. We just threw javelins at him until he died. Alright, Akara, what have you got for me? Let's go to auto run.
You have cleansed the den of evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. Your reward is training in the skill of your choice.
Well, that's rather nice. And let's trade with her as well, because we have 1, 2, 3 unidentified items, and we only have 1 scroll of identify, so we're going to have to buy another 2. Do not have enough gold for that. Right, that's fine. Let's sell the scepter, because that's worth 1706. Think. Now we have enough money to buy the scrolls we need. Right click, right click, right click. Is this any better than anything we have? Of course not, because we have a yellow bow, which is better than blue. So we'll just sell all them and sell this gas potion and buy another couple of scrolls, just so we can identify anything we find in the field. Don't think we need this healing potion, we'll just get rid of that. We're going to keep the stamina potion. This is pretty good, but if we find a small or large one that's better, we'll get rid of this. I don't want my whole inventory to be filled up with grand charms. I want to keep some storage space for actually storing things. Right, let's drop all this stuff off and actually put it in the personal stash this time, like a professional. There we are. I have played this game before. I do know what I'm doing. New quest.
Hello. My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
Well, alright. What are we doing next? Listening to the best sound in video game history, that's what. I love that noise. Anyway, look for Bloodraven in the burial grounds next to the Cold Plains. So we have to go to a new area, find a graveyard, kill a bad guy. And we also have a skill to do, which Akara gave us. I think we'll just keep doing critical strike, because passive abilities are always nice. So we now have a 32% chance of doing double damage with every attack, which is fantastic. Now we can afford to get stuff repaired. But before we repair stuff, what I am going to do is see if there's anything which is better. That is a lot better, but we can't afford it. 34, 27. That's 1,000. I mean, it's quite expensive. I mean, that's 1,090. Maybe Gage got more affordable stuff. That must be magic because it's red, because this one's blue. 9 is considerably more. But again, it's sockety, which is put the price up to 345. Let's not buy that. We don't need a bow. Superior javelin. What's this? +1 to maximum damage. Is it worth 500? Don't think so. We're killing things fast enough. Right, let's see if Geed's got anything good. I just want a slightly better set of armour. Without it being magic. What's he got? Of course. Really? 1,031 for that? 22 is like double the armour rating of this. That's also magic, which is quite annoying. That's quite a good one though. Fire resist +9 and attacker takes damage of 1. And he's just got normal javelins. Javelins come in different flavours, that's why I'm looking for different ones. Right. No. A lot of running around between merchants, but this is how it goes. Charzy did have this. And Geed's one was like 1,081 and it was 22 defense. This is 1,090 and 27 defense, so yeah, we're going to buy that. And we'll just sell her that one, regain 78 of the cost. You'll notice that when we put our armour on, our character model changes. This is the only way you can customise your characters, is to put different armours on them. And she had quite a decent shield as well. So we'll buy that. It's only 345. We'll get rid of this. So our chance to block's gone up again. Our defense has gone up by quite a lot. A belt. We could do with a belt. Self-repair. You'll see that they have belt size +4 slots. That's these slots. These are our belt slots. We only have 4 at the minute. Self-repair wouldn't be terrible. It would... Well, yeah, it would in a sash. Let's just buy this light belt. So now we have 8 slots when we mouse over it, so we can pack lots more potions in our potions thing. In fact, let's put the stamina potion here. So you know that hotkeys 1 and 2 are for healing, 3 is for stamina, 4 is for magic. And that's freed up a little inventory space as well. Not too bad. This cap is crap. It's only defense 3. This is defense 10. 10's a lot more than 3. Let's put a metal lid on us. Rings and necklaces are seriously expensive, so let's not buy any of them. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now let's repair. Because we've replaced all the crappy old broken stuff, apart from the boots. She got good boots. We do only have 100 left, so let's not do that. Let's repair all the equipment. This is basically just going to put our javelins back up to 90. There we go. Job done. And indeed, episode done. I know, we've only done one quest of the first chapter of the game in this episode, but that's because I spent most of the time explaining how to play the game. In the next episode, we will find Bloodraven in the graveyard and probably do another couple of quests as well. I hope to see you for that, and until then, I hope you look after yourself. See you later.